At Shoppers World in Brampton, the Family Education Centre held a great event showcasing valuable information for parents of children of all ages. Festival of the Family was a one-of-a-kind event that gave visitors information about family-oriented businesses, music schools, summer camps, neighborhood services, and learning centers. Lynn Hand, Executive Director of the Family Education Centre, tells us more.
So we've been in existence for 40 years. We do parenting courses and workshops in the community, and we also support women who have been abused in abuse shelters. So we have self-esteem programs and enriching the lives of families.
And what made you decide to organize this event today here in Brampton?
We wanted to bring parent education to parents. Parents don't always know where to look for parent education, and it's one of the hardest jobs in the world and the one that we're least trained for. So we wanted people to know where we are and that we're here. So we brought a bunch of community people together. We have a bunch of booths down the hallway as well, just letting people know what's out there to support parents.
A stage was also set up in the mall, which allowed attendees to see performances from some of the summer camps and music schools that were at the event promoting their organizations. Parents were also able to take part in workshops that left them with important parenting information.
So we've had we've had story time with Brampton Library. They came and did an interactive story time. St. John Ambulance had their therapy dogs here, letting us know what they do with their dogs. We've had parenting tips and workshops going on stage, and we've had a hip hop academy up there, and we have a steel band coming up at 4 o'clock.
Nancy Burns recently created a useful resource for parents. Her book, named Take Your Temperament, gives parents some insight into understanding how and why their children act the way that they do. It gives parents guidance on how to deal with their child's behavior. Nancy was at the Festival of the Family showcasing her new book.
This is a workbook actually for people to figure out who they are, what their nature is, and why do I respond to the world the way I do and you respond in a different way. And it really comes to roost when you have kids and your kids don't seem to act the way you thought they would act, right? And maybe they're like your partner, or maybe they're just their own unique being. And do we try to change them, or do we try to work around the nature? So my philosophy, every child is a gift, and we want to accept that gift as it is and help that child be the best they can be in life. And so by using their knowledge of their temperament, we help guide them in terms of choices they make in life.
Jade's Hip Hop Academy was also at Shoppers World, showing the crowds the services that the dance school offers. The talented Brampton-based organization began teaching young students hip-hop dance in 2006. Since then, the organization has grown enormously, with national television appearances and even an upcoming performance at the Pan Am Games. The Festival of the Family was the perfect opportunity for Jade's Hip Hop Academy to come and perform great dances to a large audience and to promote their dance lessons.
Today we're at Festival of the Family in Shoppers World, Brampton. They asked us to be here and have a booth. You know, it's all about the family and activities that we offer. So we have a lot of programs for kids starting from ages 3 to 19 in hip-hop dance on recreational and competitive levels.
I like dancing because it makes me feel happy, and I think we've been practicing for a few months now or so.
The Steel Pan Music Summer Camp was also on hand, looking to recruit new students. Their annual one-month program takes place every summer for those between the ages of 9 and 15. In the camp, students learn all about percussion instruments and how to play the steel drums.
It's an introductory course, and I use the word course because it's a class setting. It's not exactly a summer camp where you just come and do different things. It's focused on music, steel pan music. So it's an introductory course to students, young people who wish to learn to play the instrument.
For information on the Family Education Center and the services offered at the Festival of the Family event, visit familyedcenter.org. In Brampton, I'm Ryan Rocca for Rogers TV.
MS Walk, put on by the Peel Durham chapter of MS Society of Canada, strives to bring awareness and raise money for research of multiple sclerosis and the people it affects. Tony Salerzo believes MS research and cure developments have increased since he first got diagnosed.
Research has come a long way. When I got diagnosed over 27 years ago, medication wasn't available. Research has allowed medication to be available for us. It's not a cure, it slows down a progression, so it's come a long way. We're now in a new era of stem cell research. That's cutting edge stuff, so it takes money to do it. So events like this and other events that we put on help the research end and help the client services end.
The event included teams running together, many of them with names on their back of who they're running for. A friendly competition between fundraisers on who can raise the most led to over $90,000 being raised. Sandy Kennedy and his family are one of the top fundraisers and have been participating for 19 years. He discusses the importance of raising money for a charity like this.
Raising funds is the backbone of any charity. From the funding, they can work on cures, they can work on services for those who are affected by this debilitating disease. So funding is extremely important. I hope to raise as much money as I can to help them for the next year going forward.
Many of the volunteers included high school students who initially did not know much about the disease, but learned a lot by talking to the participants who are affected by it. Atia and Meg believe it is important for their peers to sacrifice their time to help someone else in the community.
A lot of people come with their families, but as a teenager, I guess, if you come with your friends, you can have a good time and know that you're doing something good for your community and you're helping people and changing their lives, hopefully, with whatever you can do.
MS Society of Canada has many future fundraisers happening in the Peel and Durham region. They encourage people to reach out to them and create events in their community.
People could call our local chapter at 905-278-6186, and they can speak to myself, the Client Services Coordinator, or a fundraiser who can help them get in touch with people to create their own event or participate in our other events, such as Muck MS that is happening in September in Hamilton, or the MS Walk in Mississauga that's happening at the end of the month.
Awards were given out at the end of the event, including Best Dress, Most Team Spirit, and Best Coloring for Young Children.
Canada currently has the highest rate of multiple sclerosis in the world, with 100,000 Canadians currently living with the disease. You can learn more about the MS Walk and how to get involved at mssoc.convo.net. In Brampton, Andrea Crawford, Rogers TV.
Heaving boxes and stocks of food, volunteers were building bags for those less fortunate. Part of a youth initiative called Project Ramadan, the event took place at the Muslim Welfare Center to help it reach its clients.
They brought this project to Muslim Welfare Center because we have a big clientele, so they try to help the community in large. And this year we are preparing 2,000 food bags.
The bags contain nutritious items such as lentils, flour, pasta, and sauces. They were assembled by volunteers who unpacked boxes and stuffed the bags for the families.
Muslim Welfare Center alone has 8,400 people registered with them, families registered with them, and those are, doesn't matter from what background, what religious background they come from, it could be anyone. So we build baskets every year with different food products, staple items, to help you fill that gap a little bit.
The 7-year-old event saw many volunteers from previous years, but a majority of participants were first-timers. Many were motivated to help out for personal reasons.
I had a couple of friends who used to pick up from the food bank, and their lives now they donate. So just seeing that is crazy, and it makes you feel happy that you're a part of it.
With the help of more volunteers, the project increased the amount of bags it makes by 8 times compared to its first year. The volunteers were able to quickly make the bags and move them onwards for shipment.
Food insecurity is actually a huge problem in the GTA, and to have a donation and charity-based organization that actually tries to solve that problem, I think it's pretty important to be a part of. We have to help our community.
Participants were divided into groups of 4, where they were led by a veteran volunteer. Through tight organization, it only took the crews around 2 hours to complete the task.
Project Ramadan helps those in need in the Peel region and also in other parts of Canada. In Mississauga, Michael Stolarczyk, Rogers TV.